Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is David Brooks. It's a brand new year. A lot going on. 2023, for me and my family, I would say, was probably one of the best years that we had. Why? Because we were able to kind of grow together. My wife started a new job. She's enjoying herself. Brooks Behavioral Health Services, it's going well. I'm happy with it. We're getting more people than we ever had before. I did some consulting with Orinda, and I will say that I enjoyed my year there. We got the curriculum, more than just drugs, is in their PHP program, their IOP, women's, inpatient, and the men's. And I will say that I was in court the other day. The guy didn't even know that I was in the courtroom. And he went up to the judge and he told him how much he learned from Orinda's treatment. And then he mentioned my name, that I had created it. And I heard the judge have good comments about the work that I've done in the community. And that young man was looking at 18 months, and he ended up getting probation because he completed the program. I'm a firm believer that until we work on the criminality in this picture, we're never going to solve the problem. If we're constantly talking about drugs and we're talking about alcohol, we've only gotten to a piece of this problem. The problem is the maladaptive thinking patterns. Why people do the things they do. Not just drugs, but why do they lie? Why do they want to over-excess about things? We have to get to the deeper root. I will say that I finally got to a good point where I'm working on printing my book. I already know that so many people have reached out saying, I can't wait to get the book. I can't wait to read it. It's an autobiography about my life. I got other stories. I talk about client experiences. I don't use anybody's name. It's really nobody that's probably alive most of the stories. But I will say this, that my goal by writing this book, and it took me 8 years, and you might say, why would it take you 8 years? Because I wanted to take my time. I wanted to find out exactly what are the things that people need. And so I came up with 80 topics that I believe that every person coming out of addiction, coming out of criminality, coming out of trauma needs to talk about. Now with this book, the good thing about it is they can do it on their own. If they're sitting in jail, if they are at their house and they don't want to get outside, this will touch their life. It might even get them to a point where they even want treatment or want to get better because they're listening to what happened in my life and how I got better. I believe, just like the Bible, when you talk in parables and you tell stories, people start to connect with you and they connect their own lives with you. A lot of people have asked me, why aren't you doing videos? Well, I'm prepared for something. After I finish printing the book, I'm going to have a app that's going to have videos for every one of my sections, all 80 of these sections. And so if somebody's running a group or they're sitting at home and they want to understand what each chapter and what each lesson and what each session is about, they'll just be able to pop on. And they'll be able to watch and understand, and I will teach them what they're supposed to learn. If someone's running a group and they feel uncomfortable in that group talking about that discussion, all they have to do is pop me up on the screen and you'll see, and I'll talk to whoever it is that you have in front of you to help you out. See, my goal is not to be the best treatment in this city. I'm not even trying to be the best treatment in the United States, really, because my mind is on a whole different level. What I am really trying to do is I'm trying to get to those people who are untouchable, that would never walk into these buildings. Because why? Because they see people that are dressed like the police. They see people that are dressed like the way that somebody took their children from them. I want to be able to give back to my community, but in a special way. And there's no other way than writing a book and having it to be where people can see themselves in that book. Most time when you read a book, an autobiography, you are left wondering, what else is there to do? I see all of these things, I connect to it. See, but this book is different. This book is going to educate you on every one of those 80 topics. And then you get the autobiography. You'll be writing in the book. You'll be answering questions. And most of all, you'll be drawing pictures. Now, people always say, why do you want people to draw? Because it uses that art therapy modality. Sometimes we have these traumas and we don't know exactly how to get to them. And so sometimes when we're drawing these pictures, it puts it in long-term memory so that people never forget exactly what they've learned in the book. I just want you guys to understand that I've thought a lot about this. And this is what my 2024 is going to look like. You'll be seeing a lot more promotions. I think I found somebody who's going to put all the digital stuff together. And I'm going to tell you, I'm excited. More than I've ever been excited for opening up my business. I mean, it's one of those things where I can feel that this is going to be revolutionary. Whenever I get this book and it's done and I'm ready to give it out, I think I'm going to hold a conference, a criminogenic conference, so that people can come in and they can see and talk to people who understand criminogenics, and I'm going to have them speak to you, and I'll give the book out at that time. But I want to tell you, I put a lot of thought into this. My wife, she supported me because I've been in the room at late night typing on the computer till 2 o'clock in the morning. But I know that she believes in me. And so as long as she believes in me, I have to believe in myself. For my kids, I've enjoyed this year. I've tried my best to give them things that they have never experienced before. My goal in life is not just to live this life and hoard up a bunch of money. I truly believe that God wants me to do more with the people that I'm connecting with. Whenever you look in the Bible and it talked about the prostitute who poured all of her perfume on Jesus, people always said, you know, why would she ruin all of that expensive perfume? It's because there was a lifestyle that was attached to that perfume. That perfume was costly, and only prostitutes could really afford it, or you were in some type of high position. By cracking that perfume, it broke that old way of living. And I tell you, when I wrote this book, it helped me see some of the pain that I had went through. And I allowed myself to push it all to the back. I've worked on it, been to counseling, continue to go to counseling. But you have to get to a point where you're able to put it behind you. And whenever I look at my material things, yes, I have a lot of nice things. I've been blessed with a lot. But I will tell you, just like the man that walked up to Jesus and said, I'm ready to follow you. I have a heart for you. And he said, go and give away everything you have and come back. And he walked away sorrowful. I don't want to be that guy. There's nothing that I have that I'm not willing to give up, because my heart is in it all the way. And all I will say to you in 2024, if you listen this far, is be blessed. Don't hold on to possessions. Be connected to the people that love you, especially the people that's going to bury you, the ones that's sitting on the front seat. Those are the people that are going to be there for you. Don't be running around behind people who ultimately just do not care about you. They say they do, but they don't. And I don't say that to be rude, but I just, you have to know who your friends are. And those friends and family sometimes they're not who you're born to, it's who you pick. But I would tell you I have a great family, I have a great set of friends, still connecting with them, and I'm going to be more intentional in 2024 to stay connected. But my one word for this year, and I always have one, it's completion. It's time to complete everything that I've ever put together to right now. And I will tell you, I'm still working out what my year is going to be in terms of work. But regardless of whatever it is, it's going to be amazing. Because no one expects the things from people that are unexpected. And if you do it, you can blow the socks off of anybody who's standing around you. Take it easy. It's David Brooks.